Hello, my name is Yves Bennaim. We're going to talk about lots of things today. I'll try to go as fast as possible so nobody gets bored, and also so we can go to Q&A and like maybe discussions as fast as possible. I'm not really sure when it's supposed to finish, but I counted 1 hour. But I'll try to not go too fast because I don't know who's at what level, and I guess everybody's there with a different perspective and background, so feel free to interrupt, but there will be Q&A at the end, obviously. I'll go through a few rules. I'll go through a few tools because there are lots of things online, and I'll go through a few tips, and then we can all share ideas and discussions and questions. I need to start with a foreword. Everything that I'm going to say today will probably be obsolete by tomorrow. There are lots of things that people said that they were like 100%, it's never going to change, it's exactly like that, and 1 or 2 years later they're completely the other way around, and the market is going all over the place and people are scared. So don't think too much about each individual detail and try to grasp the basic understanding of how things work rather than each little detail. The other thing I wanted to say was I'm going to talk very generically about things. So a user is a user. Depending on what you're going to sell them, it's going to be very different. I understand that there are sensitivities that might be looking at the... Hello, that's great. Product differently because you're not selling washing machines. You're talking about human lives and human rights. But in the end, what you want is an audience, and you want people that you can reach and that you can convey a message to. So as soon as I can find a plug, we'll be able to move forward. I hope that there is an electric plug somewhere. Can you see an electric plug on the other side? Sorry? On the table, great. Beautiful. So organized. As you can see, I'm very like virtual and digital. I don't. So yes. So please try to understand the basic principles as opposed to focusing on details. So I'm going to start with location, location, location. It works with retail. It works with the internet as well. You have to be where your users are. If you want to reach people, you can make a lot of noise and make them come to you, or you can go to where they are. At the moment, places where people hang out are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. You have to go to those places and use them as if they were like a shopping center. And you just get a little place, it becomes your place, and there will be traffic there. So it's much, much easier to tap the traffic and bring them to you. I'll take just a very simple example. You have an NGO, you have a website. It's very easy to have a website, but if people don't look for it, they won't find it. It's going to be very difficult to find it. On the other hand, people are already on Facebook. They are already on Twitter. So if you are on Facebook and Twitter and you create a satellite page there, it's much easier to get people to actually come and visit your website. The same principle applies to, for example, photos. You can put photos on your website, and when people come to your website, they will find your photos. But you can also put it on photos communities where people do go to look for photos. And if you're using tags properly, you're making groups properly, I'm going there in a minute, people will find you. And there are lots of NGOs, there are lots of associations, there are lots of groups that people don't know. But they will discover it if they're looking for something, they find it where they are, and then they will surf away and actually go to the home page. There are directories everywhere. Forget Google from time to time and go to like human curated directories where people talk about a specific topic. I don't know, you're talking about human rights in Africa, and you're going to a community where people are talking about Africa in general. There will be a subsection about human rights where you can become active and get people to come and visit your website. And of course, there are blogs, there are forums. It's very easy to get people to talk about you if you go and you talk to them directly. And those people will become your advocates. They will actually preach your message on their audience. The second thing I want to say is, because now we're talking about where, but we have to talk about what. If you're going to publish something, you have to think, would I find it interesting? It's very easy to talk about your message and to forget that people who you're talking to might not know what you're talking about. They might be interested, but not that interested. And if you're going to talk about something very specific, about something that you've been studying and working actively for 20 years, to someone who just discovered it, you might lose them because it's just too much. Sometimes you're going to talk about something that's very, very technical, or something that is, for you, very interesting, but it's not broad enough. So you also have to put yourself into the shoes of the people who are discovering you. Once they are on your website, they will be looking for more information, more technical information, more specific information. But when you're going to be, I don't know, fishing very broadly, you have to be broad enough. The second thing is, would I share it with a friend? Think about something that you want to say to someone that would actually would make them want to go and talk to their friends about. If you hear about something that's really interesting, I guess everybody has done it here. Sometimes you receive an email from someone, or you read something and say, oh, this is so great, I want to tell someone else. Think about that when you are publishing your own information. If you just say, we are such and such, we do such and such, that's fine. But you need to make something interesting so that you're engaging your audience. Your audience becomes involved in your conversation. We're getting there. It's going very much into the social media where people are actually conversing as opposed to going only one way. But there is a reason why this is so popular right now, and we're not moving away from that for the moment. People don't want to just passively read things. They want to actually start getting involved, even if it means that they're reading it from one side and they're repurposing it on the other side. But it does make sense to actually be interesting and be useful, as opposed to just say what you have to say. Otherwise, you're just shouting and you have a very, very low return. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to start conversations. You're going to get a lot of feedback. You're going to get a lot of interesting insight from people, and you will know what people actually want and what they understand, what they don't understand. There are companies who are paying fortunes in focus groups just so that they can have like 5 people in a room and ask them questions. You virtually have millions of people who can come and answer your questions if you ask them. So don't be afraid to ask. And last but not least, give a little, get a little. For example, there are lots of newspapers nowadays who are giving their information for free on the net. Of course, there's a heated debate where, how can they make money, can't they make money, should they share it, should they share only part of it. On the other hand, at the moment, they have people reading their information. And in the end, that's also what they want. They want people to know their brand. They want people to get subscriptions, thank you. They want people to see them as a source of authority. So all that has value. Sometimes the bottom line of actually getting people to give you money for your cause is actually like the second step. And the first step would be first to make sure you get their attention. Make sure that you get them interested enough that they will go and get their friends. And they will, for example, on their website, ask for donations for your cause, which happens, and it's actually fairly easy.